Hello, everybody. I'm Mark, and this is not All the World's a Stage. Just a little shout out to my buddy Steve over at All the World's a Stage. Thanks for the merch, buddy. It's a fantastic shirt. I am Mark, and this is Twanger's Turntable. Thanks for dropping by. If you're new, welcome. I hope you'll find something you dig. You stick around and continue to watch. I mean, what you see is what you get, and not a whole lot of fanciness here. Just me and my music and some of the other people in the BC that I converse with, and have fun talking about music and sharing our passion for whatever format we happen to be purchasing or enjoying listening to. For me, it's primarily vinyl. If you're returning, you know all this. So I much appreciate all of your supports, new and I'm not so sure I want to use the word old, but that certainly applies to some of us. Loyal, put it that way. If you're new or loyal, hopefully you'll become loyal. Anyway, I digress. What I'm here today for is I just want to do a quick video about a buying experience I've had recently, and I am prepping to do a video that will expand on that a little bit, and it is related to mostly my Amazon purchases, because that's usually where I purchase my records. I have purchased a couple from Discogs, and for me, it's been touch wood, pretty much good experience all throughout, with the exception of one. But I'm not going to focus on that. That's just one experience out of the many I've had. And I haven't done anything from eBay at this juncture. But this has been inspired by, as I alluded to, I was watching Steve, Rich Strickler, and Sam the other night at a live stream they were doing, and I happened to drop by. Just came up on my algorithms. Where sometimes I check my messages, and there was a stream that they were doing, so I dropped in there for an hour or so. I was up later than usual that particular evening, so was able to catch that. Great live stream. These guys are good sense of humor. They're obviously, they have a good rapport. They're good friends, and they know their stuff when it comes to all things music, vinyl, whatever format. Very enjoyable. So where was I going with that? Yes, so I watched another live stream last night, because I try and catch up on my videos. Whenever I'm not posting videos, I'm still watching videos, just to stay involved with and support the others that I enjoy watching in the vinyl community. So I was watching, as I usually do. Aaron is one of my main channels I watch regularly, along with these other guys I'm going to mention. I check out all their videos, or most of them, not all. I shouldn't say that. I never check out all of anybody's videos. I just don't have the time. But the majority. So Aaron Musa Alamiri, you know him. I was watching him do his unboxing of the VCLT he received from Josh over at the Flip Side. The Soulfly box set he received, fantastic. And that's the other thing. So many generous VCLTs. If you'll see that throughout the vinyl community, if you're watching, if you're a regular, you know that. Just very generous. And then I was watching a stream last night that I was directed to, because I had been tuning in to Aaron, and he mentioned he was doing a live stream with Jeff. Oh my goodness, Jeff over at the Vinyl Destination. Having a brain cramp, and Gary as well. I should have it in my history here. I've got my little iPad I can refer to. Yeah, Jeff Witcher. I'm going to forget. Jeff Witcher, Aaron, and Gary were doing a live stream last night. And when I watched Aaron's channel, he had mentioned they were going to do a live stream in relation to Iron Maiden or something. I didn't catch what it was, and but I went over and checked it out. And for whatever reason, they weren't able to do the Iron Maiden. One of their guests maybe fell through, or something fell through that they had planned on. So they just switched gears. We're just talking about their experience with collecting vinyl over the years, how they got into it, and how they continue to do it, and just a lot of good conversations about their experiences. And I related to it a lot. One of the things I was relating to was my experience of collecting vinyl. I mean, a lot of these ones I've had up here for a little while. I tend to switch them up periodically, but I just haven't in a while. So you'll see a lot of the same ones, even if you watch the video from a month ago. Not very many of them have changed on on my shelves back there, but I usually change them up periodically to give it a different look, a backdrop. But yeah, I digress. So what they were talking about was their purchasing experiences and collecting. And Jeff mentioned mentioned the experience he had with Amazon recently, and how he figured they had their number and they were just doing things in spite now. But you're not alone, Jeff. I could totally relate, and I left a comment on the video saying as much. But I too, and I'm working on a video. I'm prepping a video in this to expand on this experience a little bit about purchasing from Amazon. And for the most part, it's great. And even when it's not great, it's turned out okay. I mean, they're always accountable in my experience. Customer service has been fantastic. But I mentioned on the live stream with Rich Strickler and Steve and Sam that night, I had received this album from Jethro Tull, Aqualung, their 1971 release. This is actually the 40th anniversary reissue, a reissue remix, I think it says. Need my cheaters, by Steve Wilson. Again, those familiar with Steve at All Over the Stage will be familiar with that name. I believe Steve Wilson is, 2011 Steve Wilson stereo remix. Steve Wilson is one of Steve at All Over the Stage favorite. If you're familiar with him, and Porcupine Tree and the like. But it's a very good reissue in terms of packaging. It's got this nice booklet. It's fantastic. There's tons of photos in here, and a great write-up regarding the band and during this period, of course. And just a great release. I've got a couple of Jethro Tull, but I've never had this one on vinyl. So it happened to be, once in a while Amazon will have these sales, and if you have them in your list or your cart, you'll get notification. So I think it was 30% off. So I pulled the trigger on it and I got it. Unfortunately, when I did, I mean, it's in this nice polyline sleeve, inner sleeve. But I'm trying to speed this up a little bit because I didn't want to make a long video. I'm just rambling on. But it had a defect on the actual wax, the vinyl. And I'll pull it up here to see if you can see it. There's a big blemish there. And that's embedded in the vinyl. That's not a surface scuff or anything. It's in there. But it also had this huge friggin' like somebody had come across there with a utility knife. You can see it there. So, but the thing about it was still in its shrink wrap. It was still shrink wrap. There was no sign that it had been previously, the seal had been broken on it, but so I don't know. So it's going back. Probably by the time you see this video, it will have already been returned. I've already begun the process at Amazon and did the print out, box it up, or will be boxing it up and sending it out after I finish this video. And so the process has already begun. And what I like about that process, at least in my experience, is they refund me right away, as long as it's returned. As soon as I drop it off and I get that confirmation from, for me, it's the post office, and they're just down the block here. It takes me less than 5 minutes to walk there. I get my refund, and then I opt to get a replacement sent to me. So it will be here within a day or two. They're always very prompt, and their customer service to me has been A1. But like I say, I am going to make a video expanding on that. I'm prepping it now. I already did a bit of it because I have received a few. And it made me laugh when Jeff was talking, because I've actually received quite a few, and primarily just since late last year, like maybe September, October. They went through a stretch. It's been better as of late until this one, but where I was receiving the wrong album. I would order a certain artist, and inside, even on the outside, it would be marked as that artist in some cases, but inside it was a completely different record. So I'll expand on that. But I just wanted to bring attention to some of these live streams and some of these other channels, and it's what I enjoy doing. As I alluded to in my last video, if you saw it, I'm not so sure I would enjoy being a participant in front of the camera, so to speak, doing the live stream. And I don't really have the setup for that to do it anyway. I've got a really old Toshiba laptop here it does have a camera where I could potentially do that, but I don't think I could. It runs really slow. and that's often why you'll see my background screen here. That's actually a video, but it tends to get hung up after it's running for a couple of minutes. I don't know if it's a graphic card. I'm not an IT guy, so I don't care. But my in-law has brought it to my attention that he's got a PowerBook, an Apple PowerBook that he's willing to set up or help me set up and get me going with that. And that's amazing. That'll change everything, at least for me in that regard. I can do most of my videos right here and maybe join a live stream at some juncture, but just not ready for that. And yeah, that's kind of the gist of what I want to do. Where are we at here? We're at about 10 minutes, so I'm not going to go on much longer. Just some of these guys in the vinyl community. I just want to bring more attention to their channel. But honestly, if you watch my channel, you're probably aware of these other channels anyway. But if not, go check them out. I'll leave links in my video below here. It's a lot of fun. They do their own videos, and presently Steve is doing attempting to get his entire catalog down to his top 10 of all time. I'm really enjoying that one. I've seen every one of them so far. He just did the Black Sabbath one, which I really dig. It's one of my favorite bands. That would be one of my top 5 all time, easy. But for a guy who doesn't do rankings, that one is a solid no-brainer. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. And yeah, check out Aaron, check out Jeff, Rich, Sam St. John, all these guys. I mean, even there's so many. I'm always reluctant to mention these channels because then there's so many that I don't mention inevitably, right? That's kind of that's part and parcel of trying to single certain channels out. There's inevitably lots you don't mention or that I don't mention, but I do enjoy. So that's it. Just wanted to share one of my little experiences with Amazon, which was kind of funny because it happened right during the time others had been mentioning their experience. So just relating to that, very relatable stories. That's one of the great things I enjoy in the vinyl community, and how my journey through this vinyl, nobody's vault but mine is what I call it. I tend to think I have a lot of vinyl that I dig that are very, it's very personal. Each one's collection is very personal. But then I start watching a lot of these other channels, and there's a lot of close similarities. Close similarities. That's kind of like an oxymoron, isn't it? Close similarities. A lot of similarities. No, I am not a public speaker, so this is things that roll off the tongue. I'm not doing another take. Anyway, here I go again. Yeah, I'm up to 12 minutes now. Cheers, everybody. I better get out of here before I'm up to 15. But I am working on another video. I hope to get back on the alphabet thread and throw my hat in the ring for Steve. He's got a contest going on to push for 750. I think the deadline is in May, so I'll probably get in there the day before the deadline. But I will get it done. Enjoy the rest of your evening, your day, your whatever it is, wherever you are when you see this. I hope you enjoy. Take care, and I'll see you again soon here at Twanger's Turntable, everyone. Take care. Cheers.